The complete works of Swami Vivekananda, Raj Yoga, Chapter 6, Pratyahara and Dharna, Part 1. The next step is called Pratyahara. What is this? You know how perceptions come. First of all, there are external instruments, then the internal organs acting in the body through the brain centers, and then there is the mind. When these come together and attach themselves towards some external object, then we perceive it. At the same time, it is a very difficult thing to concentrate the mind and to attach it to one organ only. The mind is a slave. We hear be good and be good and be good taught all over the world. There is hardly a child born in any country in the world who has not been told, do not steal, do not tell a lie. But nobody tells the child how he can help doing that. Talking will not help him. Why should he not become a thief? We do not teach how not to steal. We simply tell, do not steal. Only when we teach him how to control his mind do we really help him. All actions, internal and external, occur within the mind when the mind joins itself to certain centers. Certain centers are called organs. Willingly or unwillingly, it is drawn to join itself to the centers, and that is why people do foolish deeds and feel miserable, which, if the mind were under their control, they would not do. What would be the result of controlling the mind? If then would not join itself to the centers of perception, and naturally feeling and willing would be under control. It is clear so far. But how is it possible? It is perfectly possible. You see it in modern times. The faith healers teach people to deny misery and pain and evil. Their philosophy is rather roundabout. But it is a part of yoga upon which they have somehow stumbled. Where they succeed in making a person throw off suffering by denying it, they really use a part of pratyahara, as they make the mind of a person strong enough to ignore the senses. The hypnotists, in a similar manner by their suggestions, excite in the patient a sort of morbid pratyahara for the time being. The so-called hypnotic suggestion can only act upon a weak mind. And until the operator, by means of a fixed gaze or otherwise, has succeeded in putting the mind of the subject in a sort of passive, morbid condition, his suggestions never work. Now, the control of the centers, which is established in a hypnotic patient or the patient of faith healing by the operator for a time, is reprehensible because it ultimately leads to ruin. It is not really controlling the brain centers by the power of one's own will, but is, as it were, stunning the patient's mind for a time being by sudden blows which another's will delivers to it. It is not checking by means of reins and muscular strengths the mad career of a fiery man, but rather by asking another to deliver heavy blows on the head of the horses to stun them for a time into gentleness. At each one of these processes, the man operated upon loses a part of his mental energies. till at last the mind, instead of gaining the power of perfect control, becomes shapeless, powerless mass, and the only goal of the patient is the lunatic asylum. Every attempt at control, which is not voluntary, not with the controller's own mind, is not only disastrous but it defeats the end. The goal of each soul is freedom, mastery, freedom from the slavery of thought and matter, mastery of external and internal nature. Instead of leading towards that, every will current from another, in whatever form it comes, either as direct control of organs or as forcing to control them while under a morbid condition, only rivets one link more to the already existing heavy chain of bondage of past thoughts, past superstitions. Therefore, beware how you will allow yourself to be acted upon by others. Beware how you knowingly bring another to ruin. True, some succeed in doing good to many for a time by giving a new trend to their propensities. But at the same time, they bring ruin to millions by unconscious suggestions they throw around, rousing in men and women the morbid, passive, hypnotic condition which makes them almost soulless at last. Whosoever therefore asks anyone to blindly believe or drags people behind him by the controlling power of his superior will does an injury to humanity, though he may not intend it.